Hey, we're here. Oh, do the intro. Hang on. You got to do the intro, right? You can't just start up without the intro. Here's the intro. Here we go. And
you see that, Hines? We're gonna take it.
We have James Burns here from Black Ops. James is Frank Woods in Black Ops.
Welcome back. It's time to announce the character of the year. All right, and the winner is Sergeant Woods, Call of Duty Black Ops.
Looks don't count for shit in the jungle. It's nah, baby.
It's you! Yes! Yes!
Frank Woods.
Frank Woods! Yeah! Call of Duty Black Ops!
I'm here with Dave Anthony, director of Black Ops, and we are here at House of Moves because we are going into the mocap room to do something a little special with Frank Woods. Can you tell me how he was able to steal the spotlight and the VGA nomination when he's not even a playable character?
The actor James Burns, if you knew this guy and if you meet him, you will instantly know the answer to this. James is such a charismatic guy, and he just is this character.
So you are Sergeant Frank Woods in Call of Duty Black Ops.
You think I'm fucking nuts? This guy.
all right, I'm in. See who's here, right? Jude, how you doing, Jude? Frankalicious, I like that. Christopher Clayton, good to see you. Asthmatic 306, I love it. I love it. Let's see. Mark Segoviano. All right, man, go enjoy your movie. Good stuff. Yeah. NM Synth Man. What's going on, guys? The hats and MQ. My favorite niece in the world. DK Vargas, how you doing? Italian cheese. Hey, CM, yeah. Bird Boy Music. It's been a while. Good to see you again. And Blade X2105. Everybody's here. It's a good Wednesday night. I'm going to wait a little minute. Rock Sakara Felana Praetorian. Did I say that right? Rocks a Coricofolapatorian. Excellent. Hey, Toby, how you doing? Stone Bologna. Still one of my favorite. You guys are so freaking cool. Let's see. Drinking tea tonight. Asthmatic. Yeah, 306. It happens, you know. This is this kind of. Hey, are you out there, Gino? Are you here tonight with us? I'm hoping things are better. I don't know if you guys remember our friend, our buddy Gino went through has kind of a rough patch going on. So, I was hoping you're okay. It'd be great to hear from you if you are. When am I signing next? I'm not sure. I mean, you can go onto the website and we can always sign it. It doesn't need to. You can go onto the Sarge's Corner and order something if you want, and we can always arrange a signing. I may do a Streamly thing coming up. Hey, Narks, how you doing? Yeah, so yeah, soon. Probably not until I'm back from Chicago for the movie, which might be early November, so that could be it. Toby, I think everybody's heard about that, you know. Is your stream lagging? Because it seems to be 4x4 here. It could just be me talking weird. That happens sometimes. Italian cheese. Yes, I did hear about the attempt on Trump. Really fascinated by the whole thing. When you dig into who this guy was, like, apparently he was working with the. Now, I don't know if this is true. I don't know what the fuck is true anymore. But some of the collaborator reports are from both sides of the spectrum that this guy was actually, he went to the Ukraine to recruit people to fight for the Ukraine, and he petitioned the Iranians to assassinate Trump. I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, that's who knows, man. There's so much we don't know. We'll never know. I just saw this thing. A friend of mine who's sort of on the far end of this. He's not really political, but he's more of a. He's sort of a, he's one of these people who are a free citizen, a free person, kind of things that have a whole different look at the at politics, and he's pointed out some very interesting facts that I could corroborate from my time when I was in Afghanistan with the USO. I saw a few things that really caught my attention, and then 11 years later, oh shit, that was what I saw. I saw some things happen there. So, but actually, they make more sense now. Yeah. Cheese. I don't see anything coming from the other side that I can support. The way and the way we handle this thing, they're trying to blame it on Trump, like he's, but the left is the people who are saying, hey, he's a Hitler, he's a Nazi, and he's going to destroy it. I mean, it's not coming from him. He's not saying. He's saying stuff that I kind of agree with, like, yeah, strong border. Let's fix the economy. Let's sort out this whole immigration thing. Anyways, I'm hearing less and less intelligence when I turn on the radio, so I stopped doing it. Yeah, again, I heard about it. We talked about this last time too. You can't, I don't know. We can't talk about stuff. I haven't seen it. I haven't personally witnessed it. Do I believe it's happening? I believe that when you have cultures that are different and you insert them into this culture, which is American, we are a culture, but no one understands that because our culture encompasses many other cultures. And sometimes those values clash. There are people in the world who eat cats. There are people in the world who eat dogs. There are people in the world who think that that's okay. In their culture and their values, that's acceptable. There's actually a place in China where they have a festival of dogs. They actually cook dogs. I mean, we can't imagine eating a dog. That's so. In some cultures, they can't eat horses or cows. Like the Hindus don't eat cows. It's abhorrent. It depends on your culture. So yeah, when you bring a culture here, and they're hard up for food, or they're not, whatever struggles they're having, like if I see a piece of fruit in a tree on the street here, I'll reach over and grab an orange. They're not going to miss it. It's kind of like, but cultures, when you see food and cats and dogs and animals are food, like birds are food, ducks are food to them. So it's like they're just saying, oh wow, that's a freebie. So and it's the problem is when you turn it into something sinister and something it's it's when it's used, when it's weaponized, it's got to be understood. And the problem is not with them. The problem is when you bring in this culture without understanding the economic impact, the social impact, and that's the biggest problem we're having. Happy affiliation anniversary. Is it my anniversary? I don't know. I'll keep track of that stuff. I don't play games. Maybe Halo. I love the franchise of Halo. Yeah. I've seen that meme. Oh, thanks, Sam McHugh. Yeah. Please like and follow, and jump over to Instagram at Sarge's Corner. Thank you, M. That's why we love her. Oh, on Twitter, on Twitch. Oh my God, that's right. I have not done a Twitch broadcast in forever. Judah, 100%. But it gets harder because we have the right to freedom of speech. So we got to be able to say whatever the fuck we want and not be censored, even if we dislike it. We don't. It's easy to protect the speech we agree with, but our job as citizens is to protect those who disagree with us and not vilify. That's just a disagreement. So, and then when people come in here, pursuit of happiness. Well, eating is a happiness pursuit. So I agree. And that's like, I think the problem is that now that, even I play hockey with some guys and they just hate Trump. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing in the world that'll convince. And here's the thing. These people all hate Dick Cheney, right? They hate Dick Cheney for what he did with the Iraq war. And Cheney stands by his decision. Cheney is now endorsing Harris. But yet they still can't see that, wait a minute, if Dick Cheney is on her side, do you not see a problem here? They say, no, I just mean Trump's that bad. And I just can't. So I just stop engaging because it's the lines are set. We have to just make sure we vote, make sure we get out there and do this. Because I think we're in better hands with the Republicans at the helm. I just think that. Oh, just doing it. Right. Hey, bro. Yeah, Halo's great. Oh, that sucks, man. That you can't. You have to go back and straighten that out. That can't happen. Michael Myers cannot finish move on Woods. That's just wrong. Yeah, I think I would have loved to have gotten a Halo, but who knows that. Exactly. I think chickens are the most eaten animal in the world. I think chickens are universal. There's very few countries that do not eat chickens. Everyone eats chickens and eggs. Horses are an option in some places. Cows are not an option. There's all kinds of rules. People actually eat like crocodiles and alligators, and I don't know. I don't think anybody eats elephants. I hope not. Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, why that's not. But yeah, you could wear something that's left leaning and be celebrated for it. But if you wear something that celebrates conservative values, you are threat. You get threatened. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a left side problem. It's not, You've seen it? Yeah. There are so many reports, but they're, even with the city council, they're terrified because it's a Democratic, Democratic state to say definitively that it's happening. And, and even when they get pictures, they debunk it. So it's hard to prove now because nobody believes anything. That's a deep fake, Oh, there is absolutely no, in our value system, no. But remember, they don't see cats as pets. Having an animal as a pet is a very first world thing. Having an animal as a pet, most people can't afford to feed themselves, let alone feed a dog, right? So that's what you have to understand and take the villainy out of it and say this is. And to us, it's unfathomable you kill a cat or a dog to eat. That's I can't. But it happens everywhere in the world. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it depends on where you take your information from. It depends on what images and impressions you stick in your brain. Oh, well, that's fair. That's fair. That's if people see that as profanity, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Well, Toby, we haven't had mammoths around in about 10,000 years, so it doesn't quite qualify, but nice try. Yeah, it's silly. I mean, people really can't see beyond their own. It's layers of conflict within a person. I was just trying to have this conversation with somebody the other night. Like when you buy a car, like, okay, why do you want a car? And you say, okay, why? And then you get all the reasons you want a car. I want a car so I can go to work and make a living. That's fair. So it goes, so once you get this very, well, I want a car that kind of looks good. I want to feel good about myself. So I need a car of some status. So no, it's not just for getting around. It's for you're using a car as a symbol of your status. Or I want a car that, is good with the environment. Well, okay, so you want status and environment protection, but you want to get to work. There's a lot of conflicted desires in that. And that's where we are with all this stuff, You want to watch the Wheaties? Wait a minute, let's see if the Wheaties commercial is in my bin. It might be in the bin. If not, I have to get it off of the computer. It's not in the bin. I can set that up, yeah. At some point, not right now, but later on today. Fabled Phil. Not talking about Black Ops 6. I'm not going to comment on Black Ops 6. Yeah. It says Wednesday. What else is happening out there? What other good news happens? Any reports? Anybody have some successes they want to share with us? Well, okay, Jude. You had the VHS with the commercial in it. That's special. That's some great shit. I have seen it. Yeah, it's a good movie. I like it. Well, Jude, that's simple economics, which makes me really confused because these are smart people. When you bring in more people using resources and you don't increase, like resources are energy, housing, food. If you bring in that bigger percentage of people, all right, like an extra 8-9 million people a year, who are not instantly productive, they are now a draw on the resources of that environment. That means food, water, energy, driving. Like in LA, it's half the drivers are here illegally, right? And then you have they put strains on the resources, on the economy, and prices. When there's more people want to buy an item, and there's fewer items, that item naturally the price would go up. And when the government keeps printing money, so the paper has less value because it's the more paper there is, less valuable it becomes, right? So it's called scarcity and demand. And so what happens is you have more people with a greater demand on the ability of the infrastructure to provide housing, food, water, shelter, energy, and then that demand, so the price goes up, but yet your dollar has less value because they're printing more of it. So you have this thing where you have more money being printed, which means each dollar actually can buy less. The purchasing power is less. And then you have the demand for goods and services going up by 3 or 4 different sizes, like 3 or 4 times the normal rate. So this is what happens when you bring economic migrants into the country without controlling it. And that's where we are. And that's a simple conversation. That's economics 101. And the fact that it's not being addressed and not being looked at by anybody, our politicians. I mean, even Trump is falling into this. It's just, I love J.D. Vance. So J.D. Vance is a really clean speaking guy. I like him. But just to sit there and call each other names, I got to watch the congressional meetings. They're just calling each other names. I got you. See, you said green, but you meant blue. So you must be a liar. All right. You know the story about the Nepean Raiders, right? When I was a kid, they actually came to my home. We did a home and home tournament thing. They came to my town, and I went there. I played in a Pee Wee hockey tournament against the Raiders. Yeah, it was good memories, man. B Music, how you doing? I know, but that's the thing, because if you're to talk about these policies, you'd have to give a statement of what you're going to do, and so you really have to wonder what is happening. Why is the border like it is? Why are we doing this? Why are we sending billions to Ukraine when that really is a BlackRock hole for resource? I mean, when you look at how BlackRock and Vanguard control the economy, they're buying out with housing. You know, there is a lot going on that if she would have to explain it, you'd have to open up the books and say, "Oh, something else is happening," and we're just sitting here trying, playing our video games, getting chubby and eating too much food. That's their hope. That we're just going to ignore it and just medicate ourselves with foods, antidepressants, and video games. Sorry, that's a harsh reality, folks. Vivek is great. Vivek is a very articulate. I think I would love to see him in a role in the cabinet. Secretary of State. He'd be an amazing Secretary of State. Bobby, we've upgraded. It's no longer T-bone steak. It is now a tomahawk. I've upgraded tomahawk. Yeah, I mean those are good. Those are good investments, man. Those prices still going to go up, up, and up. Had a dentist appointment today. It's like $3,500 to get a crown. I go, when did that happen? But that's where we live, man. This is LA. Everything's more expensive. Yeah, cancer. There's so many deep fakes now. I stopped paying attention. I have to. My attention span for any type of what's it called, swiping up and down, is I don't even bother stopping anymore. I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for golden retrievers and hockey highlights. That's it. And what's happening is I get fewer and fewer girls shaking their ass on my phone. It's great. Because it's tracking me, and I don't stop for any of that stuff. Do I think dentistry is a scam? No, it's not. I have a great dentist. I love my guy. It's a great dentist. I drive an hour in traffic to get to him, in horrible traffic, horrible LA traffic. It takes me an hour to go 7 miles, and I still do it because he's a great dentist. Good guy. Great dentist. Oh yeah, well, if it's a puppy, it's going to be nuts. Yeah, I was around a golden retriever for a while. Yeah, they are the cutest things when they're when you get them at 3 months or whatever it is, by 3 months or 6 months, they're just absolutely adorable. Then all of a sudden, they just become just there's this great little meme. It shows shows this really sweet little puppy. It has this thing, golden retriever at 0 to 6 months, and just sweet. And then it has like a pterodactyl, or when there's dinosaurs, and then from 2 to 4, and then after 4, they're sweet again. It's crazy. Yeah. So cute though, Goldens. Oh my God, it's so cute. And they're just mischievous, and yeah, I love dogs. I love puppies. Been you have a German Shepherd music? That's great. Your sister's dog is an 85-pound lap dog. Yeah, I've had one of those. They just never grow up, and they just think they fit on your lap. And I had one. I had this kind of a wolf dog, big old boy, over 100, like maybe 160 pounds, big boy. And he was a puppy. I used to drive around with him on my lap, and he never knew he grew up. And he'd come over, and literally I couldn't drive. He'd climb on top and get out the window, and I go, Thunder, I can't. You gotta move. And I elbow him, and he'd bite me. We'd punch each other. He's like, I love him. Yeah. I like cats. I just like animals in general. I never understood rodents, though. People have pet mice and rabbits. I get rabbits are rodent, but Oh yeah, they're such pack animals. They just love being around people. They're happiest when they're in the middle of everything, just smelling you and touching you. And you gotta love it about dogs, man. They're just so simple, Hey, Spunk, glad you're here. Well, aren't they in the rodent family? Aren't rabbits in the rodent family? Again, chinchillas. I've never been around a chinchilla. I think people who have like piranha are strange. I go, a fish. But I do know people have like actual relationships with fish. Like they can pet their fish, and the fish is so. I don't know about petting a piranha though. That's not something I would try to do. Oh, I just like critters, cats and dogs. Depends on the cat, though. Remember, not all cats and dogs are created equal. Some are jerks. I know some cats are just idiots, and some dogs are idiots, and some are just great. So, you mean Wolverine? Wolverine as the character, or Wolverine in sort of like as an animal totem? Well, I see some things like with Russians, and they have bears, big old 1,000-pound brown bears. And you're like, well, okay, it's still a wild animal. And if one day it decides that you are dinner, then there's not much you can do about it, Hey, Narcs, thank you for that. Oh. You think cats act that more than dogs? Depends on the dog, Yeah, I think it depends on the dog and the cat. There's no way to ever put everything under one roof, Yeah. In Soviet Russia, they domesticate you. It's true, man. Would you have a pet monkey? No, man. Look, if he has anything, it's going to be a wolf. It's going to be a dog. Something that's autonomous. Monkeys are like a lot of work. A friend of mine got attacked by her monkey. Bit her hand in half. Yeah, it's terrible. Hang on, who's texting me? All right. Troy, what's going on, man? What's going on? How do you say this? Just spit it out, buddy. Spit it out. I would rather have them. I rather the rich Saudis take care of animals like that, and than the Chinese who eat them. Like they eat tiger tail, and they eat elephant tusk, and tiger balls and shark fin. That's just fucking cruelty. That's the thing. It just, it's like the wealthy people do fucked up things because they can. That's all there's to it. Hey, man. Yeah. Your grades are bad. You don't have any. Motivation is a big deal. I've been talking a lot about this last couple of days because I have some challenges myself. And, I don't know what grade you're in, but you're up against it. I get it, man. I get it. What you're learning is just shit. They're not teaching you any life skills. Go out and pick up a skill. Learn how to use a drill. Learn how to go out and find, because if they're teaching you any of this DEI shit or this woke stuff in school, it's hard to sit there and to have math turn into some kind of social experiment. And so I get it. I get why people drop out, why people check out. But you have to remember, without that evidence, that piece of paper, it'd be really hard to get a job because they need that. So motivation, just a couple things I try. When I don't feel motivated, I usually get outside, get in nature, spend some time in nature, go out there, clear your head, get off of the social media. Even this, and get off of this thing, get outside. Even Saturday night, go out for a fucking walk. Instead of sitting home trying to fight through it, accept it. That you're not gonna get anything done right now, and go out for that. Well, I'm saying you're in Turkey. Well, come on, man. You guys are going through some shit. Take a walk, man. Get outside. Take a walk. Go someplace you've never been before in town. You have a bike, ride your bike. Just get your body moving. Most of the time, we get stagnant because we stop moving our bodies. If I'm working, I was just working on a new song, right? It takes me all day, but I'll work 15, 20 minutes, get up, walk around, go outside, have a little patio out here. Go say I had a neighbor, walk down the street, go in the kitchen, grab a cup of tea, maybe do some housework, like do some dishes, clean, take care of my infrastructure, and then come back and work some more. Get up and move around. Try to, whatever you're doing, and if you get stuck, get physical first. Take a walk, do some push-ups, do some squats, move your body, get the blood circulating, and get to a new environment so your head's clear. If you're at home a lot, get out, walk down the street, Yeah, that's great. Yep. Well, in America, if you know any kind of electricity, if you get an electrician's license, or you learn AV, air conditioning, you can make $100,000 a year by the time you're 25. I mean, when I was doing some contracting work, I couldn't find HVAC guys. We had to wait months to get an electrician. Electricians were busy all the time, paying guys $40, $45 an hour to be an electrician. Add it up. If you're making $1,500, $1,600 a week as an electrician, it's great money. And who knows what, it's a matter of, if you got the skill and you get good at it, you'll never want it. You'll never want for money or a job. I did see that. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I think working out is therapeutic for everyone. It's one of the least. I mean, when I hear people talk about depression, I go, first of all, we need to start teaching everybody in school the difference between a physical feeling and an emotion. Most of the time, if I'm tired, it seems a lot like depression, because your body is depressed. It's out of energy, it's slowing down. Emotionally, it feels like depression. You go to bed, you wake up, I feel good again. And what's happening, I think, we're too eager to call it depression and put drugs on it and say, hey, when's the last time you had exercise? Did you drink any water? How's your diet? Are you eating a lot of sugar and a lot of carbs? Because that will depress your immune system, it'll depress your metabolism. You'll feel low, and then all of a sudden, you stay in this depleted state long enough, you feel like you are, oh, I'm depressed. No, you're just eating and sleeping wrong. You know, you're not moving your body. I mean, I think I would say more than half of the people who are on depressing drugs are just stuck eating too much sugar, not enough sleep, too much time on the internet, and not enough exercise. I mean, it's simple as that. Abdullah, you handsome bastard, you. Oh, I love that one too, man. Yeah, give yourself a priority list. I do time frames too. I do it. Okay, doing 1 hour of exercise. I got 1 hour of infrastructure work. I got 1 hour of reading tonight. I have 4 hours of working on this song. Give yourself time limits as well. Yeah, no. Hello. All right. I keep who's reaching out to me now? All right, there you go. Wow, it's already 6:30. We're flying through tonight. Amazing. Yeah, I'd just get out in the sun. If you don't have sun, just get outside. Getting outside in the wind and you get a little sun every day. It's magic for me. Am I a survivalist? Do I think about survival skills? Yes. Do I have a water filtration kit? Yes. Do I have devices, tools to protect myself and the people I care about? Yes. Do I keep the truck tank always full? Yes. Do I have reserved non-perishable foods, canned foods? Yes. Do I have a plan for how to get out of LA during a crisis? Yes. Now, what does that make me? It just makes me prepared. Somebody who thinks about things. So, survivalism is we've turned into a bad word, but being prepared for an emergency is always a good thing. Yeah, it means he loves you. That means he loves you, Em. All right, that's sweet, man. 69 Dodge Charger. Are you kidding me? That is a sweet ride. That is a sweet freaking ride. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not talking about Black Ops right now. It's good for a bunch of reasons. Hey, Tim, glad you're here. You know. Oh, and it's love. He's comfortable enough to let one rip right in your kisser. I love it. Crop dust here. I love that. Crop dust. I think everything else, Toby, it's because they're not because people get fearful and they don't want to be reminded that the world is a dangerous place. They want to live in these little bubbles. And when people people come and spark some reality into it, then then they get upset because ever see somebody walking down the street and they're walking across the road, they have the face buried in the phone, and you stop and you beep the horn and they get pissed because you woke them up, because now they're afraid because they weren't paying attention, and now they're vulnerable, and now they get mad at you because you woke them up. That's what's happening. Yeah, I know plenty of people like that. Not a great idea. I'd advise against it. I'd start replacing that with something to get you. If you have to go to a program, go to a meeting, but do something else, replace it. Take a class, man. Take a class. Take a yoga class. Get out of your and do it slowly. Make a plan. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to go check out classes, and next day I'll check out a class, and I'll decide. And the next week, so give yourself a trajectory and a plan. Am I a muscle car guy? I am, but not the steroid muscle cars. I just like clean, old school Mustangs, 1970 Mustang. The Camaros, I love the Camaros, like the Firebirds from the mid 70s. I love those Camaros, Firebirds. Dodge Charger, Cutlass 442. Just clean American. Muscle cars imply the engine through the hood. I get that. That's not what I'm talking. I'm just clean. Like I call it more raw. I like the wider wheels in the back. That's cool. Jack it up a little bit. That's cool. But when you poke the engine through, when you put those 7,000 horsepower engines, and you poke it through the hood. That's again. I don't like the noise. Never been a noise guy. Yes, I've used an M16. I like an M16. It doesn't know. It has no idea. It thinks you enjoyed it because you had a reaction. It's not even close. Full Metal Jacket. Not even close. Not even close. Full Metal Jacket. Unbelievable. Maybe one of the best war movies ever. Full Metal Jacket. I had a Mach 1. I had a Mach 1. Yeah. But I had a 72, which was the long cigar shop. Longer one. Terrible handling car. I almost rolled it several times. Just awful. The shorter one was great, but I don't know why they extended it. That made no sense to me. The 69s through the 70s were just gorgeous. Shorter stance, a little bit wider. Same width, just a shorter stance than the 71, 72s. And it was just a great car. I don't know why they changed it, the body type. Maybe to differentiate from, I don't know. It makes no sense to me. I would love to sit in a meeting and see what the decision was. Oh, let's extend the front end of the car a foot. But, that changes center of gravity and makes it less stable. So it was just something that, that would probably have been the Cutlass. Yeah, that would have been the Cutlass. I'm sure it is like Oldsmobile Cutlass, Cutlass. And the big one, their version of a muscle car. These are big cars too. I mean, these were big vehicles. But the 442, there's the size of the engine. That was sweet, man. 2 racing straight, clean. It came in 3 colors: green, this kind of a beige, yellow, and red, and a blue one too, metallic blue, and clean. 2 white stripes right down the middle of across the hood and down the back. Just clean cars. Yeah. I haven't started yet. We're in pre-production, and I got some of my information. I'm still waiting for there's a rewritten script that's going to be sent to me, and once that comes, I go into full gear. But I got a couple weeks before we start that. I mean, I do like my my truck to have a King Ranch 2019 King Ranch. I love my truck. Love my truck. It's like it just, Chris, I think I get 78,000 miles on it. It runs great. Platoon, excellent movie. Platoon was an excellent movie. Yeah. Oh, 302. Yeah, man. Come on. That was like, especially in the when they co-opted the Shelby out of it. But the 302 was just a special car. Especially again in the 69s and the 69s, 69, 70. Again, the shorter wheelbase. Freaking sweet. There's a guy down the street's got a 73, and that's still the longer version. It's a convertible. It's not stock color, but it's really total mint job on the restore. Beautiful. Because they're woke. They're trying to be, they're trying to not get in trouble with people. They're trying to, so they won't protest against them. It makes no sense. The trucks I know they're electric. And for people who just drive trucks because they're gonna do it around their neighborhood. I get it, But if you want to travel, I think electric cars in a city are great. I think it's important. Because it's a concentration of all that carbon. So in a city, I get it. Definitely electric cars and hybrids in the city. But if you have to do any type of extended travel, you don't want to be looking for, it's so inconvenient and so undependable. The electric cars have a lot of problems. All my friends who have electric cars have been having problems with them. So that's my opinion. Have both, The first day of shooting in Black Ops 2, we shot the commercial first. And that was February of 2011. And no, 2012. Yeah, it was the February 2012. We shot that. Aside from the fact that I'm still alive, none of this surprises me. So that was the first thing we shot. Yeah. And then we jumped into it in April. But shooting a game, just it's a pulse. You go in, you get the notes, you write up, and then you shoot, and you kind of keep progressing. Oh, we have to go back and replace something, or we got to do something different because the game changed. So it's a lot of back and forth, and you speed up, and then you do nothing, then you speed up and do nothing. So it's really haphazard. Good movie. Yeah, I watched a couple things. I can't remember the names. I'll tell you later. All right, here you go. Now the Chevelle, great car. But remember, all the GM cars were built on the same, still are, were built on the same. So the Chevelle was actually the Chevelle was the Chevy version of the Firebird. No. The Camaro was the Chevy. Camaro was the Chevy version of the Firebird. The Pontiac had another one, the Le Mans. So the Le Mans and the Chevelle were the same cars. Pontiac Le Mans was the Chevelle, right? And then you had next up from that, and then you had the Wildcat. The Buick Wildcat was the Buick version of the Oldsmobile Cutlass. Yeah, you knew all that, right? Sure. Rude Boy, how you doing, man? Actually, I'm waiting. We had a writers meeting a couple weeks ago, and I'm waiting for the rewrites. So I'm not going to touch anything until I get this final script. Abdullah, I have no idea. I'm not talking about Black Ops 6. Sorry, buddy. No, I'm not sorry. I'm just not talking about Black Ops 6. Yeah. Well, again, that's just, you got to dig deep into what's happening in our politics that does that. That's why you need to get somebody who has a little common sense, his business sense. We should be energy independent. We should be exporting our resources and keeping our money at home and being common sense about, somebody who lives out of the city cannot drive an electric car. I mean, people drive a couple hundred miles a day. I kind of took a look at a Tesla truck. It's fun, but it's useless. I mean, you can't even put a suitcase in the back. It's useless in terms of a truck. So it's like it's not something you can actually functionally use. And that's, I love Tesla. But I think it's not. You got to have some common sense. Well, no, it took 2 years, but the final shooting, because they take about 6 months to develop a story. Then they got to process out the engine, and they got to take all the levels. They have to create each map, so to speak, right? And then once the maps are made, and once all that, then they do the acting, because the maps change, and the maps will change the narrative. So the last thing we did was when we really pretty much had all the maps, all the environments locked down, or 90% there, then you start doing the acting work, because that's a lot more permanent. And once you have a performance, you can't really change it, but you can always change a map. So that's why it's accelerated. We just really go at it hard, but it's just very clunky. Like, we've probably shot for 6 months. And out of the 6 months, I worked maybe 70 days in 6 months. Oh, let's see. Probably Chinatown or Godfather. It depends on my mood. Hey, Bolt, how you doing, buddy? Great question. Actually, memorization is not learning. You learn lines. You don't memorize them. You can tell when someone is just saying words back to another actor. When you learn, you learn a relationship, and then you learn what the conversation is about, and why you're saying it, and what it means, and what it's there for. And then you try to have an actual conversation with that actor or the circumstance across from you. So if you really understand why you're saying something, the words fall into your they just drop, and then you just modify. Because once you know why you're saying it and who you're saying it to, what's the relationship to it, and why am I saying this, if you know that, the words come very, very easily. Well, becoming a Marine? Yeah. I think it's a great thing. I think anytime you join like the Marines or the Army, I think it's a great thing. Join the military. I think it's, especially for your age group, I think it's great. Yeah. Serious question. What's your serious question? Abdul, I have no idea what you're talking about, man. I don't understand your question here. What's your serious question? Yeah, I agree. I just think that it's you got to be sensible about it. You just can't demand everybody. Like who's that girl? She's special needs. What's her name? The one from Sweden who does all the crying about the environment without having any Greta Gerwig. Whatever. Anyways, she has no idea what she's talking about. She just screams and gets outraged, and then people fold because they don't want to upset a little girl. Like, yeah, but you can't take your science from an uneducated little girl who's being financed by, that's the thing. We are trying to solve technical problems using emotion, and that's not a good engineering move. Yeah. Um, for me, I think it's a great move. I think we need good men who are stout and strong. I think we have dropped the requirements for our policing, and the people who are becoming police are less and less likely to be strong and independent men. They're more like they're being turned into something else. So I think it's a great idea, and I think we need more guys like you to do it. Yeah, Greta Thunberg. Yeah, her. Like, oh, that poor kid. She's just totally being manipulated by somebody. I think so too. I think I don't. When you're young like that, and you're just kind of it's like being an actress, and you're putting in all these roles, and all of a sudden, who are you? And with no real information, like what has she done? My question about her is like she's so quick to want to destroy Western economies, but the major pollutants are coming from the East, from Latin America, from the emerging economies. They need cheap fuel. They all want iPhones and televisions now, so they want to build. And if they don't have, affordable, efficient fuel, they're going to burn down all the fucking trees. They're using trees for cooking. I mean, this is where I challenge her. Like, what you're saying is, yeah, it's easy to pick on America because half of us are just basically are brain dead right now. And you're going to agree with, oh, she's a crying girl, but you have to be able to, we're not really doing it that much anymore. It's all over there. Every year in California, we have these air alerts because there's so much pollution coming over the ocean from China that we have to say that's never gets mentioned. So it's more about taking down the government in a way of life than it is actually fixing things. Yeah, good, Jude. Yeah. Well, I think Sam is, number one, he's shy. I never met him, but the report I have, he's a very shy guy. And he doesn't talk a lot about any of his films unless he's really forced into it. When you do a movie or you become an actor, you are part of your contract is to do publicity, and they call it junkets. And I just think and I also think that because it's not his face on the box, there's no reason to do it. I mean, I can't speak for him, but my guess is that it's just he has too much going on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, Sam Worthington is a massive star. Anyways, he's got to be. There's only so many hours in the day, and you got to be selective as where you invest your time. Yeah. I have no way to verify anything you're saying, but my instinct tells me that I am sure somebody has come up with some magnetic drive or something. Because you remember in high school, grammar school, we created a motor by using two magnets, and we could power like a small light, right? So if that's the experiment we did back in the 60s, that's when I was in elementary school, in the 60s. Just by the law of evolutionary development, like we should have something pretty special by now. We probably do. It's just like you said, you're talking about if we end up getting free energy, we wipe out the world economy. No, a lot of things are made out of oil that, like plastics and nylon things, but fuel. So there's a lot of, it would destroy certain nations. Like, it was destroy the Middle East because their entire income is based on oil, right? So, yeah, Brock. Yeah, he's a beast. Yeah, I was in the first Transformers, but it's like everything else. It's overdone. I mean, you got Star Wars now, and I haven't watched Star Wars and Star Wars 3. They got less and less interesting and less quality. And, yeah, 0 Point. Sure. I've read about that. I have seen, I've seen that. I'm sure that exists somewhere. It's just, getting it free, getting it. Again, my instinct tells me that must be true. I have no evidence to say it does, but instinctually, when you look at the technology that surrounds us and knowing that what we have on the table today, the military was using it 10 years ago. Thing like GPS started off as, focused on military applications, and it spread out once it got affordable. Just like, what's it called? Laser guided munitions. That started in the 60s. So obviously there's stuff that we don't know about, right? Hey, Jared from Subway, how are you? Yeah, I think you put it inside one of those bags, right? Like a Faraday bag. Well, first of all, train yourself to be aware all the time, and be aware of your environment and plan your responses. Practice. You're only stressed out when you don't know what to do, or you're resisting. If you're resisting a situation, that creates stress. If you don't know what to do, then that creates stress. So get your skill. Make sure your skill levels are up, and try to what is stressful for you. If you have a confrontation with your girlfriend, well, think it through. What's the outcome you want from it, and work towards that outcome. If you have a meeting with a coworker, what's the outcome you want, and look at all the angles from that outcome. Right. So just plan your moves before you make them, and then just have faith in it. Oh, Merch, I've done so many commercials, hundreds. If you type in James C. Burns commercial demo, you see it's out there. I've done lots. Well, sure, but remember, national security is a subjective term. Like, making sure that so Joe Biden his son can make some money off a deal in Afghanistan. It's it's security for him. It's like you've got to make sure that you hear the national security. The government is not this thing up there it's not a king. It's not this place. Government is the guy at the DMV. It's the FBI agent knocking at your door. It's the contractor who's hired by the government, which is you, to build the road or to build the airplane. That's your government. The government are people just like you who've been hired to work for them. But all of a sudden, it's like this government is this thing. It's that we should run the government. It shouldn't run us. We dictate what they do with our money, not what they want to take our money to do what they want with. Right. And it's just fucked up. And that's why I think Trump's important, because he kind of disrupts all that, and that's a very short expression of what's going on in my head, but there you go. I do have a TikTok account. I just don't know what it is. Practice it. Start small. Practice by putting a pencil in the same place every day. And discipline is two things. Discipline is doing what's needed when it's needed, and doing it when you don't feel like doing it. Those are the two elements. So start off by practicing doing shit you don't like to do. Like doing the dishes every day. Making your bed is a great way to start. Make your bed every day. Make it the first thing you do. Make it a good habit. And then what happens is when you do something a lot, when you repeat it, after a while it becomes a habit. And then it's a good habit. And then it just happens. That's good discipline, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's simple, but it really is effective. Just got Speaking of commercials, this got an audition just came in. Huh? From who though? Huh. Anyways, it's odd because they want to end by 6 o'clock tonight. Oops, too late. You gotta send it to you. You can't ask for it at 6 o'clock and send it to me at 7. Day's been great. I finished a song today. Love it. It's called "Kill Away a Road." Love it. It's a new song. I got 2 new ones I finished. All right, go be brilliant. Go. Yeah, we're gonna close this down in a few minutes, anyways. Oh, thanks, Em. Sure, of course it is. You're the best. I've played a few games. I've played. Of course, I played with I played Yakuza. I don't know, man. I can't find the time. I just don't have the time. No, I don't want to make the time. I got so much going on. I don't have. I struggle to get sleep at night because I got too much happening. There's so much I want to get done, and I'm doing it. It's exciting. And one of the reasons I'm doing it is because I don't play video games. Every day, 4 hours a day. Sometimes I just sit there. I have a methodology. I gather, when I feel inspired by something, I'll sit there and I start playing. And if it feels like it's a good flow, I'll record it. And then I got to sit down there on my capture tape, and I got to take it, transpose it, put it all into files, and then choose which one I want to work on. And whatever catches my attention is where I stay. So I do something every day, but it's not the same thing every day. Yeah, man, it's important. If you want to do something, you gotta invest your attention. It's important. There's so many reasons why we don't do it. Legitimate reasons. Oh, I gotta go to work. I gotta do this. We always find a reason not to do the important shit. Oh, have you ever noticed a lack in quality from entertainment media from an actor and even consuming? Yes, I do. I do it all the time. Because I see things. I'm in the business, and I see things that all right, you guys cut the corner here. What are you doing? You're phoning it in. I know why you did. Yes, I see. I scrutinize everything because for me, watching something means I'm giving attention away, and it either better educate me or expand my horizon, or else I'm wasting my time. I'll turn something off in minutes. There's certain things I see, and if I can already know the plot before it starts, I won't even bother watching. There's some movies I won't even bother watching because they know they're stealing titles, right? There's not a DC or Marvel movie I care to watch because it's going to happen. Tom Cruise is never going to die. It's not going to happen. So I just really, as far as experience goes, I'd rather be on my bike. I'd rather be playing my guitar than watching somebody repeat. Another Mission Impossible 7. I mean, he's brilliant. He's total badass, but great. I've already seen that movie 6 times. Same movie, different ways, 6 different ways. Hey, Liam. Sometimes I'm not really familiar with other stuff. Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I've been threatening that for a long time, but it's coming. I'm getting closer. Yeah. All right, Jude. Great talking to you. I'm going to knock this out a few minutes at 7:15. So get out of here. Owen Snope, how you doing, buddy? Shuni, happy birthday, kid. Have a good one. Yeah, I mean, remember, the most valuable thing that we possess that other people want is our attention, because our attention translates into money. So be very, very careful where you invest your attention. Don't pay it. Invest your attention in things that create a result for you, that produce a profit, so to speak. Yeah. I start closing it down. I got to get cook some dinner and then get back to it. All right, great talking. Thanks for showing up on Wednesday night. Always good to see everybody, hear everybody. Em, thanks for doing a great job as the monitor. You're super. And happy birthday, everybody. Yes. Yeah. Don't need. Been around for a while. Yeah. All right, that's it. I'm going to check out early. Thanks for coming by. And as we say in the big leagues, Woods out.